you wanna spill your mind, give me all your reasons to why I should take my time. Used to have forever, but you never cared that much.
Hey, what's up, K-Stars? It is your girl Kristyn Alexis, and welcome back to my channel. So we're back on our career stuff over here, and I wanted to do this video because I was literally thinking the other day about career paths that I kind of wish I would have considered when I was younger. So this video is basically for my younger self, but it's obviously not for me, but it's for you. We're going to be talking about things I wish I knew before I started my career. I'm excited to walk you guys through this list. I really hope you get something out of it. I hope it makes you think. I hope it makes you do something differently to be able to maximize whatever it is you want in your life. But with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So just to kind of first give you a little bit of background about who I am in the event you are new to my channel. My name, as I already told you, is Kristyn. I am a corporate project manager. I have been for a number of years, probably at this point about 8 years. I've worked in this capacity. I've been in corporate for over 10 plus years. I've been mainly in medical devices for about 10 to 11 years. I've also worked in pharmaceutical sales, as well as I got my MBA in marketing, and my sub-concentration was in strategy. So that's a little bit about me and my background and why I feel qualified to give you guys this conversation. So I really feel like the number one thing that I would have wanted to focus on if I was younger, if I could go back, I would tell myself to figure out what it is you are passionate about. If you can marry what you're passionate about with what you end up doing as a career, you are going to find a sweet spot where you love doing what you are doing. There is nothing like going through the days and feeling like you just want to push through and get to the end of the day, get to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever that may look like, not being motivated for new projects and not being motivated to be able to do your best. You do your best and you are going to perform your best when you are working on things you are passionate about. But you can't do it if you do not understand what that thing is. So I really feel like if I could tell myself anything, it would be to hone in on what you are really passionate about, whether it be industries, whether it be a specific type of craft or thing that you do, whatever that thing might be, find it and really hone in on it and focus your career, focus your research on that thing. I think honestly you can even start with just making a list, like just brainstorming. Anytime you feel like you get excited about something, write that thing down so you do not forget and you know where to start. The second thing I really wish I would have just sat myself down and had the talk with myself about is deciding how much free time I want in my life. Some people love their career. They love spending a lot of time doing what they do, and that works really great for them. Some people want to be an entrepreneur and they are comfortable with all the hours and the amount of time you have to put in to do it and to do it effectively. Other people want that 9 to 5 and they're comfortable with that. So you really, in my opinion, you have to kind of figure out for you what the sweet spot is, because if you don't want to work all day and all night, especially in the beginning, then entrepreneurship may not be the thing for you. If you know I want to punch in and I want to be out by 5 o'clock, then corporate may be indeed a really good fit for you. But I do think it's important to understand how much time you want to commit, and I think that also includes how long you want to be working in general. Some jobs will allow you the ability to be able to make more up front, but be able to be done working earlier and retire earlier, as opposed to feeling like you have to work all the way until you get 65. So this is just something I really think is important, which is why I put it number 2 on the list. Okay, the third thing that I think is really important is to decide how much money you want to make. Now, obviously, we all would want to be millionaires. We all want to get as much money as we feel like we can. But at the same time, I think you have to be thinking around the other 2 questions we've already asked and how that fits with the third question, okay? So if you know, I want to be doing 6 figures, then a corporate role, MBA may be a really good fit for you. Or you may go, you know what, entrepreneurship is a really great fit and I want to make more. I want to have the opportunity to go as high as I can. Then that path may be a fit for you. But I think if you don't think around how much money you want to make, it can be very hard to really settle in whatever job you want and feel like you got exactly what you wanted and what you needed. I am very happy with where I ended up for my career and the amount of money that I make and the amount of money I feel like I can make in my career. But if I hadn't been strategic and thought about this before I went into my career, then I might have been disappointed. But I will say that was one of the big reasons why I did go to get my MBA. I did decide to go back to school, and even the school I ended up picking, it was really centered around how much I wanted to be able to make in my career. So definitely think about it. I don't think you could just jump into a career and not have that conversation with yourself. Like, you don't want to be disappointed, especially when it comes to your life and your career, around what your upward potential is from a financial perspective. Okay, the fourth point is, how long do you want to work? When do you want to be done with your career? Again, all careers are different, right? Some people may want to go the entrepreneurial route, which may end up being something that you say, I'm going to do this until I pass. I just love it. I'm passionate about it. My heart is in it. And you can literally just do that thing until finally you say, you know what? It's finally time. I'm just gonna put the coat up on the rack and I'm good, I'm done, I'm not doing it anymore. But I do really think this is something you should be asking yourself when you're going into your career. Like, what is it that you feel like you can do until you retire? Or if you have a different expectation for what you want your life to look like from a retirement perspective, what is it going to take to be able to achieve that goal? Okay, number 5, y'all, this one is super, super important, and I really think we all should be thinking about this, not only when you're younger and trying to figure out what path to go down, but when you get older as well. We should ask ourselves this question often, and the question is, what does success look like to me? Okay, depending on what pathway you go, success can look very different. And if you haven't thought about this, you may find yourself being dissatisfied because your expectations are not being met. And it may be extremely hard to meet those expectations if you are in a field that just doesn't line up. So you have to really think about for yourself, what does success look like? Is it promoting all the way to the top? Is it making a certain amount of money? Is it being happy and having a lot of time for your family? Is it work-life balance? Is it hustling all day and all night, but you love that thing? You are passionate about that thing. You really have to ask yourself, what does success look like? Because if you don't, it's a setup for failure. I'm gonna just let you know right now, it is a setup for failure. Those are the 5 things that I had on this list that for me are like the most important, but I want to drop this like bonus one for you guys because I think this is important, especially if you're going to be working for someone else, okay? And this is basically around the expectation of what you want from your employer. We already talked about money, which is great, but I do think that if you don't have a clear expectation for what it is you will accept or you will take from an employer, what you want the culture to be like, you could really find yourself also being very unhappy and also not knowing what to ask for when it comes to your career. You can negotiate nowadays on time off, so vacation time is on the table. How much you get in terms of retirement. You can ask for additional benefits from a retirement perspective because sometimes additional levels will get more money in vested options and things like that. So you definitely want to be thinking around what you want from your employer so you know what to ask for. And I also think when you're answering these questions for yourself, make sure you find people that are experienced, that are in the industry that you want to go into or that you're evaluating, so you can get their perspective to help you really have good answers to these questions. It's not enough to just answer this stuff in a box by yourself, but meet people who are doing what you want to do. Meet people who are in love with whatever it is they're doing, or people who've done it and they hate it. Talk to people, get some perspective, because there's nothing like learning from people who have already been down the pathway. And I definitely think that I have learned a lot in my career just by talking to people, getting outside my comfort zone, talking to people who I feel really comfortable with and people who maybe I have to get uncomfortable to ask certain questions, but it really can help me to get a greater understanding and have the perspective I need to make the best decision for me. So don't be scared, get out there, get uncomfortable, meet some people who can really help you to make decisions around your life and what the best thing is for yourself. So this list is pretty short to the point. I didn't want it to be too long, but I definitely was just meditating on these things, and these are the things that for me, I feel like I wish I would have spent more time evaluating when I was younger. So as I got older, I could have just taken the shortcut to get to where I am today. And I maybe would have even gone a different route. Maybe one day I will share with you guys what's in my head around some of the things I wished I would have done differently in my own career. So this list is kind of short, but I really hope that you guys got something from it. I was reflecting and I just really felt like these are the things I wish I would have thought about a little bit more when I was coming up. I do feel like my pathway would have been a little bit different, even though I do love what I do. But at the same time, I think sometimes around just these really amazing big picture things that I'm passionate about, and how my career is a little bit different than the things I'm like, oh my God, I'm absolutely in love with. But if you guys want to connect with me, I do have my mentorship here on this channel, where we do the Sundays at 6 every single week, where we get into topics that I think can be very helpful for someone trying to figure things out. As well as another benefit is you do get access to me in that mentorship, and it's just a great way to network and get to know me a little bit better. To join, you'll just go to my page on your computer. There is a join button underneath the subscribe button where you can connect with us. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way to the end. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have other topics you would love for me to talk about, please put them in the comment section down below and we will try to get into it. But I hope you have an amazing week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.